So there's a parade going on in Minneapolis. We have a positive record after playing 17 games. We're 10-7 actually, and we beat the Lakers twice. I mean, we basically have the finals in the bag at this point, right? No? All right. Okay, I guess we'll just focus on the team right now before we celebrate our finals victory. We actually had some pretty good key wins against some pretty good teams, but we also had some games that showed flaws. We won against the Nuggets in Denver, and we beat the Lakers twice, with both games being in LA. We also scored 142 points on the Rockets because in 2K the small ball Rockets just don't work. Now outside of that, we actually lost some games by a lot. We let Steph drop 53 as the Warriors beat us by 29. We lost in OT to the Clippers in LA. We lost to Boston by 14 at home. And we let the Bulls hold us to 91 points in Chicago. And I'm going to completely ignore that we allowed 162 points against the Mavericks because it didn't happen and I don't know what you're talking about. So what this simulating has told us is that we've got a pretty solid team, but we can't really compete with the top consistently just yet. Granted, we're the 4 seed and only 1 month into the season, so what do I know? But there actually have been some pleasant surprises that have led to this success. One of them being Isaac Okoro. I was pretty excited for him to come here after Summer League, but now I'm even more excited. He's been very solid, and you can see here that he had 19, 3, and 3 against the Lakers on some really solid efficiency. And against the Rockets, he didn't miss a shot, going 6 for 6 and scoring 15. For the season, he's actually averaging 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game. He's also shooting very solid splits, especially for a rookie. Shooting 48, 36, 80 splits is great for someone who, while was supposed to have a decent shot, wasn't known for shooting being a big part of his game. 36% right now is a great starting point for Okoro, but who am I to forget our other rookie, who although is not as good, has definitely been very solid for us as a post presence. The per game stats might not show it, but he's been quite the solid post defender, and has even gotten a few steals here or there. Look at this game against the Nets, where he had 19 and 7 and 5 blocks. And against the Rockets, he had 13 and 10 and shot a crazy 11 free throws. I assume because he was being guarded by a natural small forward. While these two have been nice surprises, we do have to ruin the mood with one negative. Malik Beasley. Yeah, we just gave him $30 million. Yeah, he's averaging 8 points per game on some decent splits. I wasn't exactly expecting him to light the world on fire, but the stats tell a story that's a little nicer than the game by game. Here against the Celtics, 1 for 4. Here against the Lakers, 0 for 5. Against the Lakers again, 1 for 5. 2 for 6 against the Mavs. 1 for 6 against the Warriors. You get it. He's been extremely disappointing as our option off the bench. I was at least expecting like 12 points per game from him. All we can do right now is hope that he picks up his play, because I think we at least have to give him a full year before we make any major decisions about him. Also, I know I said there was just one negative, but I forgot about this man, Jarrett Culver. This man is a one-man masonry. 7 points on 33, 34, 34 splits. 34% from the free throw line. His minutes are going to have to go down if this keeps up. He might even be out of the rotation if things keep going the way they are. It's just completely unacceptable. And I can't believe he was our 6th overall pick the year before last. Anyway, that's enough about that. Before we move on to some other things, let's mention our 2-star players real quick. D'Lo has been a wonderful surprise, scoring 25 points and getting 7.5 assists tonight, and actually getting 1.4 steals a game so far. He's also been incredibly efficient on quite a bit of volume. He's taking like 18 shots a game. Someone who is a bit more disappointing, if I can really even use that word for this, is Cat. I was expecting him to score 28-ish points a game this year, but I guess since D'Lo has been the scorer, it's understandable how he's only at 20 points per game. Even then, I would like to see his production go up. It would be great if we could get 25 points out of him too, but I know 2 25-point scorers probably won't happen on this team. Also, just a quick shout out to Okogie for shooting 40% from 3 so far this season. I completely expect his percentages to go down drastically. Well, now that we've got all that stuff out of the way, it's time for, the time of the video. time where I mentioned Aaron Gordon and Buddy Hield again, making you wonder if I'm even going to make a move at all or if I'm just saying this stuff to say it. I guess you'll probably find out eventually. Maybe. Anyway, Beasley's disappointment so far on the bench has definitely made things interesting, because so far this season, Johnson has been really good as a post defender and has been passable for his shooting. Spellman has also been shooting the lights out the first month of the season. Obviously, Gordon is better than both of those players, probably combined. But what I'm trying to say is, so far, power forward isn't a real dire need, I guess. A bench scorer is our real need right now. And maybe it doesn't have to be Buddy Hield, although he's probably the best candidate. I'm pretty hesitant to make any moves right now, but I'm sure we'll have our hands in the hat in the trade deadline. Also, for what it's worth, we could have traded D'Lo for Jonathan Isaac and Aaron Gordon, so we know they're trying to move him anyway, I guess. Either way, we had a pretty good start to the year, and I hope this sustains itself and that we can make the playoffs.